Welcome to our series, Breaking Through for Mission Advantage, where we look at how the strategic shift to integrated software-defined IT platforms can help federal agencies achieve greater mission outcomes. I'm Wyatt Cash with Scoop News Group, and here to talk about how the Department of Defense is leveraging these technologies to modernize cybersecurity is David McKeown, the Department of Defense's Deputy CIO for Cybersecurity. David, thank you so much for joining us. And let me start by asking, what key technology modernization initiatives is the department implementing or considering in the way of cybersecurity to really improve mission outcomes?
Yeah, thanks for having me here today, Wyatt. The department has been engaged in a digital modernization over the past 5 years, and I would point out three key areas that are contributing to improving cybersecurity. The first major area that we've been focusing on is cloud adoption. Within the cloud adoption, we've been working with our industry partners to develop standardized environments that are already secure, taking the requirement to secure those environments away from our team and putting it on the cloud service providers. We're also looking at infrastructure as code and a variety of other tools that the cloud service providers can give to us to enhance our cybersecurity. Secondly is our DevSecOps environments. We've had a big push to develop these environments to make sure that our code is secure when it goes into production. There's a lot of automation there that goes on to make sure that we statically test the code and dynamically test the code and make sure it's secure. And then lastly is our push towards improved cybersecurity through our Zero Trust project that we have going on as a direct result of the SolarWinds compromise. As you know, the whole federal government has been pushing towards adopting Zero Trust, and I think we have been in the lead as far as the thoughts and planning for that. And we have a very good strategy that we're working with the services and agencies, and again, partnering with industry to see what they can do to help jumpstart that effort as we go forward.
And then when you kind of think about your mission objectives, what's the consequences if you don't make these kinds of changes to a more platform approach?
Well, I would say that we're up against some very tough adversaries out there in the world, and numerically, our population doesn't come anywhere close to that of China. And if we were to just do this based on individual people working problem sets and one defender defending against one attacker, we would fail. So automation, I believe, is the key, and also integration. As we go forward, if we don't integrate these tool suites, historically we've been pretty bad at it. We buy tools that do different things, and we ask our teams to integrate them all so that they work perfectly together. That historically has not worked well across the board. So again, we're looking for help from industry to help us do that automation so that humans are not in the loop as much as they once were, and we can do automatic responses. And then secondly, just having them contribute to the whole cybersecurity landscape with the tools that they provide.
And then finally, what kind of impact are you anticipating these cybersecurity modernization changes will have on the department? And kind of as you look at the to-be state that you're reaching for, what does that look like?
Well, we are looking, our warfighting platform is the SIPRNet. It's a secret network, and we've looked across all the things that we're doing for digital modernization, and we've put together sort of a game plan for how we can build a more resilient, improved cybersecurity, and more agile environment. And the things that I described earlier are the building blocks for that final destination, so that a warfighting commander can be assured that their network is going to be secure, it's going to be up and operational when they need it, and if it does need to pivot and something needs to change quickly, they will be able to do that. So we're looking at a lot of these things, the cloud adoption, the Zero Trust, Full stack resiliency is a term that we coined, so that from transport all the way up to the application layer, data layer, we have resiliency for that warfighter for those critical systems. So that's how we're trying to paste it all together to achieve the effect that mission commander needs in order to be able to fight that fight and be unimpeded by the enemy cyber attacks.
Terrific. Finally, David, I'd like to ask, the Department of Defense has made a lot of headway with a zero trust strategy. How do you see that unfolding with your industry partners, if you will, and how that lays on top of your broader cybersecurity initiatives?
Well, Zero Trust is our #1 initiative. We have a great team headed by Randy Resnick. We have a really good implementation plan and strategy. We're working with the services on rolling this out by 2027. Industry partners are key here. As you know, we had 3 COAs. One was to uplift your current environment to meet the 91 capabilities. The second one was to adopt a commercial cloud that had all of the 91 capabilities baked in. And then lastly was an on-prem cloud that you could just stand up. The recipe book was built for you. There will be providers out there that can just give you a copy of that and you can deploy it wherever you need to. So industry has been integral in all 3 of those COAs, providing solutions, and we've challenged them. We've challenged them to try to meet the 91 because we do not want to have to integrate pieces and parts of the 91. We want them to do the work of integrating with partners. And in some cases, some of them feel they can meet most of the 91 on their own without even partnering. But we've been challenging them, and we're going to red team those packages that they build to make sure that they do meet the 91. And then we're going to advertise those inside the department for consumption. And it's going to greatly speed our ability to get to zero trust by 2027.
Well, David McKeown, thank you so much for taking a few minutes and sharing your progress and your insights on how the Department of Defense is modernizing for greater cybersecurity. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Wyatt.